Hey guys, welcome to this week's video. So today's video, I'm back with a book video finally. I know I made like my reading wrap up earlier this year, but this is my first official like book video in a while, so I'm very excited to be back. And I've been wanting to do this video for like a while, since like last year, just to showcase like how much I realistically do read like during a full week of school and work and internship and everything. I figured this week would be the perfect week to do because I don't have much going on besides those things, and also just like show realistically as a slower reader what I do read. Also, as someone getting over like a really big book slump, like even I'm just kind of finally starting now to like really get back into reading and like enjoy sitting down and reading. I really did not finish a video like the last 3 or 4 months of finish a book the last 3 or 4 months of last year. I read like one little Christmas novella in December, and then I finally finished Daydream that I started in August this past January. So I finally finished that in January, and now I can finally like start picking up new books and everything. So very excited about that. I have picked up Divine Rivals and I'm a little bit into that. It's good. I'm just like not like hooked on it, so it was like hard for me to sit down and like really want to like binge it. But then I was like, okay, this is not helping me with my book slump because I'm just like not like super into it. I will finish it and like continue it. So I picked up Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez, which is the last, well, it's actually the first book in that like little series, but it's the last one for me that I had to read for that. I would recommend like starting with that and reading through that series, but just the way I happened to read it, I don't know why I did that, but I'm really enjoying it so far. I hit the 100-page mark yesterday. It's actually Tuesday. I'm going from Monday to Sunday. So let's skip back to yesterday and talk about how many pages I read yesterday. Okay, so like I said, I finally picked up Part of Your World. I'm really enjoying it so far. If I finish it in this video, I'll give you guys a review and everything. I'm just not sure how much I'm gonna read. I'm keeping track of my pages on my notes app. So I started on page 70 and I ended on page 117. So that was 47 pages read yesterday, Monday. That was after a full day of working 8 hours at my internship and exercising and everything. So that's just like how much reading I fit into the end of my day. Not sure how much reading I'll do today because I still have to do homework, go to class, go to work and everything. So I'll probably, if I do read anything, just read like a chapter or two before bed. Really liking it so far. Definitely hit like a really good part of the book. I'm loving seeing like, you know, all the characters from the other books from the series that I've read so far. Maybe in between here, it's right here. Maybe in between there I'll pick up some more of Divine Rivals. Like I've read a good chunk of it, and like I said, it's good. I'm just like not like sucked into the story like I am with Part of Your World. Plus I just love Abby Jimenez's writing and everything. She's one of my new favorite authors that I found last year, so loving that book. Yeah, like I said, we'll see how much I end up reading today. Okay, I haven't sat down for an update for this video in a hot second, but I have dropped my phone. But I have been reading and writing down all my stats and everything. So it is now Thursday, and Tuesday I did absolutely zero reading. I had a full day of class and work and everything, so zero reading. Last night I had a little bit of time to sit down and read before bed, so I read Part of Your World still, page 117 to 169, so 52 pages in total. And then just now I was reading a little bit more of that. I read about 20 more pages, so I'm about to hit the exact halfway mark of the book. So once, I feel like any book for me, like once I hit the halfway mark, then it goes like way faster in the second half. Tomorrow I have a little bit of a packed day. I work and then I'm having like a little movie night with a few of my aunts and stuff, so that'll be fun. But Saturday, Sunday are pretty wide open to just sit and read all day. I have like a few things I need to do, but for the most part, it'll just be some big reading days, so very excited about that. I'm really liking the book so far. This isn't gonna be like a book review type of video unless, like I said, like I finish it. I'll give like a quick little review at the end, but there's like one thing about the book that I'm like, that I like know I feel like is gonna happen. I'm just like, I don't want to spoil it, but there's just one thing that I feel like I know is gonna happen because of like the other books in the series. Like I've read those, so I know this like one thing happens and I'm like, why does that have to, like, why? So that'll be interesting to read about that. I don't know how to explain it without spoiling the book, like I said, but I'll let you guys know if that thing actually does happen or if it gets like resolved in a way that is like acceptable to me. But yeah, I'm about to go make some cupcakes for our movie night tomorrow, so I'll bring you guys with me on that because I'll be like reading in between like baking the batches and stuff. So let's go. Putting my AirPods in. Okay, it's now a while later since the last time I filmed the last clip. I'm also in my pajamas, but like they're cute, so it's fine. We're just gonna ignore that. I'm here to give the final update on my realistic what I read in a week. I don't know what I was expecting. Like obviously this is supposed to be realistic and like this is what I actually do read. This lighting is not it. Hold on. Anyways, what I actually do read in a week. So I don't know why I was like thinking I was gonna be reading hundreds of pages like a day. I didn't. So last I updated you, I think it was like Thursday night, and I did read quite a bit that night, like while I was making cupcakes and like after. I don't know why I'm holding my book up. And after, so Thursday, the stats, the totals. Also, I've been realizing that I've been tracking it kind of like one page off because I kept saying like, oh, I ended on page 117, and then the next day I would say, oh, I started on page 117 when I realistically started on page 118. So from here on out, I went back and fixed it so the total will reflect the fix, and then from here on out, I've been tracking it correctly. So Thursday, I started on page 170 and I ended on page 211, so I read 41 pages total. Again, that was in between like doing stuff. And then Friday, I didn't read anything because I was working all day, and then we had the movie night, so there was literally no time for me to read that day, which is totally fine. Like I was doing, you know, other fun stuff. So, and the only day that weekend that I ended up reading even just a little bit was Saturday. I had such like a lazy weekend, which was like, ugh. I just sat on my phone the whole time instead of picking up my book. I mean, that's, you know, realistic, I guess, for me and for I'm sure a lot of people. So on Saturday I read from page 212 to 246, and that was 34 pages, mostly because one of the chapters was like super long too. The chapters are starting to get really long. At the beginning of the book they were really short, now they're starting to get really long, which is fine, like I don't care, but it's pushing me to read a little bit longer than I probably would. So I could probably just like sit down and finish this if I really wanted to. I feel like it's kind of getting a little repetitive and like not much is happening, but I'm sure I'm just like right before the part where something's gonna happen, so I just gotta keep reading. And I have not added up my totals or my averages yet, so let me take a second to do some math and I'll be back with all of the stats and everything. Oh, and I did not read anything on Sunday. Probably, I don't know if I said that already, but you probably figured that out. 0 pages read on Sunday, so again, that's okay. I went to dinner with my friends kind of like last minute, so that I was gonna like read during that time, but instead I was off to dinner with them. We watched like the Super Bowl and stuff, so that was very fun. So I didn't, but I just didn't have time to read that night. So in total, I read 173 pages last week. I feel like that's pretty average for me. Like I just don't read fast, and that's pretty average for me. Like, I don't know. I know some people are finishing like 2 and 3 books a week. That's just not me. That's just not how I read. So unless I'm like super into a book and like finish it in 3 days, that's gonna take me. I saw this TikTok that was like, I either finish a book in 3 days or in 3 months. Like there's no in between, and that's literally me. And it's not to say that I'm not obsessed with this book, because I really do feel like this might be a 5-star book. My first 5-star first 5-star read of the year. I feel like I'm still in my book slump or something. Like I just like don't reach for books, because there was so many months where I told myself like, unless I'm like feel gravitated to read a book, like I'm not gonna force myself to pick it up and read it. And not that I have to force myself, I don't know what I'm saying, guys, but I just really, I want to find out how this ends and everything too. So I feel like today or tomorrow, or just sometime over the next week, I will be finishing this book, and I'll be in some sort of wrap up. I'll give you my review if you want to see in real time reviews. I've been using Fable this year instead of Goodreads, the reading app Fable. So go follow me on there. I'll have it linked below. Go check me out on there. Real time updates of reading. So, and then the average, I just averaged it out by the 4 days I read, not over the 7 days. I read 43.25 pages on average. Again, that's fitting it in after working 8 hours a day or after a day of classes and homework and stuff. So it's not like I have all this time to just like sit and read anyway. So honestly, that's pretty good in my opinion for me. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little like insight of what I read in a week. If you guys enjoyed, I also posted like a shortened version of this video on TikTok if you want to go check that out. I'll see you guys next week for another video. Bye.